I want to take the risk that I never took before.
Really?
Absolutely. Like most recently, I started taking a dance class.
Did you?
I sure did. The man with 2 left feet officially has 1.
Folks, we're going to be in a bit of traffic for a while. Appears to be more construction up ahead. Everything is stalling.
Lord, are we ever going to get there? First a detour, now traffic. This whole route is something else.
You know, it's funny.
But what's funny?
What your husband said, I mean, it just got me thinking. I'm a lot like that detour we took. I mean, my life is anyway. See, look, see, I changed direction so much in my life, even my changes got confused. I felt like I was floating with no anchor, out of control, until I took a job at the city. I felt like I needed to be in charge of one thing in my life. There was a lot I couldn't control, but in my job, I could.
Well, what did you do?
I was a bus driver.
Really?
Yeah, really. Sure was. I drove a bus a lot older than this one for 25 years. I carried thousands of people to their destination. But when I started, I was a little scared. I mean, here I was, could barely drive a car, and I'm wheeling this big bus full of people, and they trusted me to get them there safely.
Oh, isn't that something?
Indeed it was. I drove for 25 years, and now I can ride for free anytime.
Huh, I never knew that.
Well, this an unspoken rule, amongst the drivers. But for the most part,
So for 25 years you drove. That's really an accomplishment. It's funny, I used to take this route regularly for years, and I'm surprised I never met you before.
who says we didn't?
I beg your pardon.
I met you before.
Have you? I'm so sorry. I'm usually good with names.
Well, no, we were never formally introduced, but I remember you. And I remember your stop. It was around Washington Street. Yeah.
It was. I used to teach at the elementary school that used to be on the corner. I can't believe you remember that. Well, nice to meet you again.
It's my pleasure for sure.
So when did you retire?
Oh, around about the same time I lost my sight.
Oh, you're blind?
But, hey, watch it now. I'm blind, but I really got good feelings. I can feel things through the head.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
It's okay. Very okay, because I like the sound of your laugh. I always have.
Excuse me?
I said I always like your laugh. Let me explain. See, all those years, I remember that you used to ride on my route with another lady. I remember you because you two carried on so.
Oh, yes, that was my good friend. We used to teach together. Every day we would laugh about something our students did and carry on about our day.
Yes, I remember. I used to enjoy the laughter. It actually made me a better driver. You see, you ladies were so relaxed that it made me think that you trusted me to get you where you were going and handle that big old bus and to get you there safely. And then I just like to hear you talk. Slowly but surely, I was getting up enough nerve to talk to you when I overheard your friend say that the woman I fancied, who smelled like warm jasmine fields, had recently got engaged. And just like that, life threw me a big old detour. And then next came when my brother died. He died that same year. And his wife couldn't handle the kids, so I adopted them. Yeah, that's right. A single man that didn't know a thing about children all of a sudden had 2. A big head boy and a girl that can still wrap me around her finger. And then life took over. Basketball games, ballet, dances, homework, that was all my everyday life. I never had time to date because I was running after the kids. But I enjoyed that time, and before I knew it, the kids were grown and gone.
Well, you must be a wonderful man. There's not many men would raise children by himself.
It was a pleasure. I mean, I'm not a monk, but I had to provide structure. I had 2 little people depending on me. Then my eyes started dimming, And finally, they just went out.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't be. I just had to learn to see in other ways. Although my attitude at first was not at all positive. I mean, I was mad and frustrated. I became dependent on my children, and I never wanted to be a burden. I was depressed for a long piece of time.
So what changed?
It was my daughter. She wasn't having it. She stopped babying me and made me take some classes about alternative sight. She wouldn't let me give up. And I slowly started doing things for myself. It was the best thing for me. I mean, it brought me back to life. And eventually I started catching the bus again. It was that second week I started taking the bus to my class when I smelled something lovely and familiar. It was Jasmine Field. And I knew that I was on the right road. I couldn't believe it.
But that scent could have been anyone. How did you know it was me?
Yeah, the scent could have been anyone's, but that laugh is music to me. A soft, sweet melody I remember from years ago. Anyone can purchase perfume, but no one can make music like you. Mm-mm.
So you got on this bus to flirt.
No. I got on this bus to flirt and to ask you to dance with me.
Dance with you.
I mean, you was going to the seniors brunch, right?
I was.
Well, I figure since you're the reason I started taking dance classes in the first place, at least you could do is to dance with me.
But how am I the reason?
Well, that alternative sight class I told you about, well, it was in the same building as the dance class. And I heard you laugh over some music one day, and I thought, there's that sweet sound. And to my surprise, it was a dance class. So I started practicing at home. And then I got up enough nerve to go to a few classes because, you know, who ever heard of a blind man dancing? I figured at the dance class that I would find you and then ask you for a dance at the Steppers brunch this afternoon.
But how did you know I would be there?
I didn't, but I hoped. And I had no idea you was going to be riding this bus there. It was just destiny.
And you did all that to dance with me.
I did. But it's such a shame it won't happen. I mean, unless...
Unless what?
We've arrived at 16th Street. Sorry to tell you folks, the automated voice isn't working, and I know we have some seeing impaired people riding today. Took a while, but we finally made it. Please use the nearest exit and step down carefully.
Gathering his things to leave, rises up steadily from his seat.
Unless what?
Unless...
The end. In Act 1, Scene 1.